Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all having a lovely day so far. So today I have been weighed at Slimming World and this is week 33 of being weighed. I can't believe I'm that far ahead into my journey, but please do stay tuned if you want to find out how I got on. So of course it's weigh-in 33. As I said, I can't quite believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm so far ahead into my journey. And of course, there are 52 weeks in a year, so we're not too far away really from hitting the year mark, which is quite a humbling, but a bit of a strange thought to try to process. You know, when you've been doing something solidly for like a whole year. And of course, we're not that far off of it now. I joined on the 25th of May last year. So yeah, it's all coming together and it's made me consider a lot of different things that I wouldn't have done in the past. Now, of course, I will get onto my weight loss results, but first of all, I thought it would be helpful just to let you know a little bit about what I've been up to this week. If I can just ask, if you're not already a subscriber, if you would mind considering subscribing to the channel, it really does help the channel grow. I certainly wouldn't be here right now providing videos for you guys at home who are the most important people on this channel if I didn't have the backup of my subscribers. So a huge thank you to all of my subscribers, and of course if you are viewing the channel, then again I am incredibly grateful, but this is also an opportunity for me to thank all of my lovely members who have signed up to some additional perks of my channel. So yeah, I'm really grateful for all of the support you guys are giving me, and let's head on to the rest of the video. So as I said, I've done a few things this week. It might be helpful for you to see where I'm at from regards, I suppose, a bit of a health perspective, a bit of a health update. But earlier on this week, I attended the dentist. Now, I have always had, I would say, a fear, but not a fear of the dentist, but a fear of, I think it's the unknown. The more I think about it, I think it's a fear of the unknown. So I haven't been to a dentist, like many people, since 2020, just due to the COVID pandemic. And of course, I haven't had any issues with my teeth. I've had no pain or anything like that. But going to the dentist has always been a really big deal for me as a person. So when I was very young, I had two teeth out and I had the gas mask and all of these other things. And I was on another planet. I was not sure of who I was. I didn't recognise my mum. My gran was there as well, and they were really upset because I was completely out of it. And that didn't scare me, but I do remember it. I remember going in and I remember the dentist talking to me through what they were going to be doing. And I do vaguely remember parts of the aftermath. But ever since then, it obviously has had an impact upon me as a child and obviously as a teenager and as an adult. Of course, I am 32 years old just now, but that fear has never really left me. I've always been really keyed up, very worried about going to the dentist. So much so that I have cancelled appointments last minute before. I've rearranged or rescheduled appointments and then cancelled the rearranged or scheduled appointment because of the anxiety that it gave me. I've also become really unwell in the dentist practice as well, in the waiting room, as in being physically sick from nerves about going into the dentist. So it's a really extreme reaction, and I suppose not being at the dentist for such a long time because of COVID did give me a little bit of the fear. So a few years ago now, before COVID, before all of these, sorry, excuse me, restrictions took place, I did attend the dentist regularly, and I did find a dentist that didn't give me anxiety or nervousness, etc. And I did manage to get the treatment that I needed for my teeth at the time. But obviously, since then, since 2020, I haven't had an appointment. So I decided to register with a new practice, which is just over that way, and it is just around a minute's walk away from my house. So we do have a little bit of a row of different shops and things. I do live in a newer type build estate, and there are shops and things there as well, whereas this dentist has just recently opened up practice there, and they do have lots of new dentists joining just due to the number of people who want to sign up there, which is great. So I wasn't expecting to be able to get an appointment anytime soon to register, and of course a lot of places are not taking on new patients through the NHS, which is our health service if you're watching this from a different country. So yeah, the way it works is you can have a private dentist where you pay for all of your treatment, or you can go to an NHS dentist that can provide some subsidised NHS treatments, which you don't have to pay full price for if you are an NHS patient. However, if it's a cosmetic issue, so if you wanted your teeth whitened or if you wanted your fillings replaced from silver to the white fillings, then you would obviously need to pay for that, and they can do that treatment round the corner from me, which is great. So I went to get my checkup, and I also had to get some x-rays. So I got an x-ray on this side and an x-ray on this side, and the total cost was just £11, which was fantastic. I was a little bit worried when they said they'd have to give me x-rays because I was a new patient and I hadn't had any done on the system for a very long time, but it was fine. And again, £11, you can't complain with that. They did recommend that I did need a few bits of treatment done. So a tooth here on the upper section of my mouth and on my lower, almost parallel in sort of position in my mouth. But I do have two fillings there, which are the silver amalgam fillings, and I've had them for a very, very long time. So what the dentist found was that there was a small area of decay on both teeth, where the filling has sort of started to erode away because it needs replaced. So what they're going to do is just take those fillings out, and I have asked the dentist if he would mind starting the process of putting all of my silver fillings, which I do have a few of, to the white sort of, they think they're porcelain fillings, and he has given me a quote for that. So I'm not scheduled for treatment until I think it's the middle to the end of March, so 20th of March. So I've got a bit of a wait, but I'm not nervous about it at all. I was really chilled out in my appointment, and I honestly have to say that that is completely down to how I feel psychologically related to my weight loss. I cannot express any other reason for my calmness, my confidence, and less worry about what needs to be done. Now, before, I think I always worried about being judged by having issues with my teeth or whatever. But the reality is that regardless if you're an athlete or you eat fast food or whatever it is all of the time, your teeth can be really good or they can be really bad. And unfortunately, regardless of brushing, some people just don't have as strong teeth as others. You can perform good dental hygiene, and I certainly do try my very best. I do have some overcrowding here as well, and I am aiming to get my teeth whitened moving forward. Again, these are cosmetic procedures that I do need to pay for privately, but it is very much part of my self-care that I want to continue and maintain going forward. And I would not be in the position that I'm in if I hadn't lost the amount of weight that I've lost so far. So that's a really important thing. Now, if you are one of my members, you will have seen the members only video, and I have spoken a little bit more about in depth on this topic in that video. But basically last night I attended a Slimming World consultant event. So it is an information event related to potentially becoming a consultant, finding out what's offered to you, how much it costs to sign up, because becoming a consultant means that you become self-employed and it is a franchise. And so you have a contract, and of course you have lots of other pieces of information, including, business, finance, insurance, training. There's training that takes place down in Derby, if yourselves don't know that already. So you go down for several days training. There's so much involved in it, and of course there are very much pros and cons to becoming a consultant, and of course it's not easy. Certainly from my perspective, I won't go into it too much, but at the moment it was an information event only. I'm not going to be a consultant right now, but it is something that I have been advised by your lovely selves at home to think about. And so I did. I did think about it, I considered it, and I contacted head office, Slimming World head office. A local team manager got in touch with me and we had a bit of a chat on the phone last week. So, yes, as I said, attended last night. It was a positive event. It was about 2 hours long and it was in a hotel, probably maybe about 10 miles away from my house, so not far on the motorway at all. So that was quite a small group, but it was really interesting, it was really insightful, and I do feel like I have all of the information now to sort of consider going forward. So if I did want to do it later on in the year or next year, then absolutely that's something that I would potentially like to do. But at the moment, I've got so much other things going on that I really want to get my weight a bit lower before I sort of embarked upon that sort of process of learning and development as a consultant. And I also need to consider that my very important full-time main job, which I will not and cannot have impacted upon. It means so much to me. I have studied for years and years to become the person that I am in my career at the moment. I studied a master's degree during COVID, and the current role that I'm in at the moment is a very senior, but also a very specialist role. It's quite a niche role that I'm in, and so that's something that I don't want to give up. I love it too much, and of course, it is my main income. Going forward, so I do need to maintain that as well. But if any of you guys at home have been to one of these information evenings, please let me know in the comments below. If you've helped out with one, I know that some people come along to help out or give people support as well, moral support. So please let me know how it went for you. And if you have ever become a consultant, let me know how that turned out for you. Or if you've been a consultant and I don't know that you've been a consultant, you've maybe given up post, then please let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to have a bit more of a chat with you about that. Now, heading on to the weigh-in. So of course I've got my book here. For any of you who have watched this video before, I have got another book from last year which is full of stickers on the front and most of the on the back and on the front. So this new book I got just before New Year. So I joined my new group on the 30th of December. Trying to remember now. So that was 4 weeks ago. So at the moment on this book, I've got Slimmer of the Week so far as one of my awards, which is fantastic. Today I went to group and I unfortunately wasn't able to stay. So I have been staying to group in the morning over the last couple of weeks because I've been able to, but it just so happened that my schedule today just wouldn't allow for that. So I did go to class this morning at 7:30, which is early. But I was surprised how many people were there. There were a lot of people just weighing and going like myself, but I did miss my normal 9:30 group because I like to know, and I'm starting to get a bit familiar with quite a lot of new people that have joined at the same time as me as well. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with them next week. So at the moment, as of last week, my weight loss was 4 stone 10 pounds, and that was in 32 weeks. So 32 weigh-ins with Slimming World. So as of today, I've lost another pound, and my weight loss is 4 stone 11 pounds in total that I've lost. And that takes me down to 16 stone 3.5 pounds. So I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. I mean, I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 pounds in a month. So I can't complain with that. That's over a 4-week period. It's over New Year as well. And it was after Christmas that I joined. So I don't have any issues with that at all. I think the only thing for me this week has been that I have done some of the toughest workouts, and the length of the time that I've spent in the gym doing cardio has been the most I've ever done in my entire life. So again, I did mention this a wee bit more in depth in my other video, which is for members only. But I did speak a little bit about previous anxiety, as I've mentioned with the dentist, about going to the gym, having a full-blown panic attack the last time James and I went, which was in 2022. 2021, 2022, when the gym started opening up again a little bit more. And I genuinely walked into the gym and I walked right back out again because I was just overwhelmed. It was just overload for me, sensory overload, anxiety overload. people, I'm seeing people look at me and I'm thinking they're judging me. I just couldn't cope with it, so I left. I did go back and I did continue with James at the gym, but I was not as confident and I was not as able to exercise like I am right now. So I suppose you probably know what I'm going to say next, is that you probably agree with me when you think when you are burning more calories at the gym and you're doing cardio and you're working out really, really, really hard. I mean, sweating buckets and you lose a pound, it can be a little bit, oh, I thought I would have lost a little bit more than that. But do you know what? It's not about the number. As I've said, all of these things so far this week have been incredibly positive changes for me and things that need to be maintained, e.g., my teeth, and of course, information events with Slimming World, which I never would have had the confidence to go to before. And it also involves speaking a lot about myself and where I'm at, where I've been, what made me want to consider becoming a consultant as well. So I wouldn't have had the confidence to do that before. And I think the number on the scales, as I've said in previous videos, I cannot underestimate how much you can lose by losing small amounts. It doesn't need to be £2 or £3 a week. It can be half a pound, it can be a maintain, it can be a pound. Whatever it is that you lose is a positive. And regardless if you were even to have a small gain, if you are still exercising and performing your body magic and you are still having and making positive changes to your day to day, then you are doing the right thing. You are benefiting yourself on the inside more than you even know. And I think from a cardiovascular point of view, so a fitness point of view, and a bone density point of view regards exercising, it's incredibly important, especially for women. It's also important for men, but especially for women, to maintain good bone density as they get older, to prevent issues such as osteoporosis. And again, it can worsen with menopause. Thankfully, I'm not at that age yet, but I am aware that there are people of my age and slightly older who may be in early menopause, medical induced menopause, and they may be in general, true menopause following surgery or hormonal changes. So these are really important things to always be mindful of, and to never ever judge anyone for making choices or decisions that they believe are the best ones for them at that moment in time. Just quickly, I think there can be a lot of positivity on social media, and as I've seen in a few different people's YouTube pages this week, just be kind. Be helpful, be kind, be mindful of others, and put yourself in their shoes. Even if you feel you can't fully understand where they're coming from, try, because we're all trying hard and we're all trying our very best. And I know that the people that are watching me right now, like you at home, are the people that matter, and the people that without you, I would not be here right now. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for engaging with my community posts as well. I really, really appreciate that. If I ever don't have the time to do a video, or work's been incredibly busy, or we've maybe got other things going on, I will try to update my community posts every couple of days if I know that there is going to be a bit of a lull in between videos as well. So hopefully the community posts are helpful. If there is anything you want me to try to cover in any of my future videos, then as always, please leave a comment in the box below, and I will catch you on the next video. So please do take care. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.